guys, this is Kendra. Today I'm going to compare the process about applying for the resident card in Bulgaria and in France. Yes, the very famous bureaucracy in both countries. First of all, which country has smoother process? For now, I will say Bulgaria. Let me tell you why. So here in Bulgaria, all you need to do is you need to wake up really early in the morning to wait in the queue. You bring someone who can speak Bulgarian and you bring all your documents. So once you get into that office, you hand in all the document. If they accept your document, basically you're all good. You will have your card. Or they think something is missing, but they will tell you immediately. So you know how to react, you know how to fix the issue. There are some really rare cases is that they accept your document, however, they call you after for some additional information, but that's really, really rare. Yeah, so here in Bulgaria, straightforward. You get a document, you have your card, or you don't have your card. Very simple. However, in France, it's another story. So, in France, in order to get into that office, immigration office, you need to have an appointment first. So you need to book appointment via the platform. But the problem is the website crash all the time. So basically booking appointments like you're fighting for the ticket concert for Lady Gaga. I don't know. Even worse. No, it's not true. I'm joking. Okay, so once you have an appointment, you go into that office and they take your document. But this doesn't mean you will have your card because they are going to verify your document after. So all you need to do is just wait. I mean, that is the issue, the waiting time, because some document might missing, but we don't know, right? So the waiting time can be sometimes in few weeks, but sometimes in few months. So you just don't know what's going on. You try to call them, no one will answer. You try to email them, no one will answer either. But just try to imagine if you are a person, you need a resident card in order to legally stay and work in France. This will definitely stress you out. I remember there's one time, I think like my husband basically wrote an email with a very serious tone, but because we have been waiting for the reply for a few months, but we don't have any answer. So basically in that letter, it's just saying that, okay, so it has been like 2 or 3 months. We handing all the document, but we don't have any news from you guys. So, and my wife, she need a resident card in order to legally stay and work here in France. So if she loses her job because your lack of concern, because your negligence, who is going to take the responsibility for all of this? Do you know what had happened? The next day, they replied like, wow, like a magic. So basically, they reply with a confirmation saying that, okay, so with this letter, you can work and legally stay in France. Your car is just under process, so no issue. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so like the document in France is like you, I don't know, you dropping some black hole in the universe, something like this. There's something I really want to mention here in Bulgaria. Their service is super cool. Do you know here in Bulgaria they have something like express service, which means the standard waiting time of your resident card is a month. However, if you are really in an urgent situation, you can have in 3 days or 10 days. It depends how much do you pay. Yeah, I really like this service because for me, it's super convenient. Yes, that's something I really want to share with you. Okay, the second part, the validity of the resident card. For this part, France is definitely much more better. Yes. Okay, so this year it's my 4th year here in Bulgaria, I think. But they still give me like 1 year validity. Like, why? 1 year is really short. However, in France, I think it's like 2 years, then 4 or 5 years, then 10 years. But you need to meet some requirement, of course. But just the logic behind this is the more you renew your card, the longer period you will have. Here in Bulgaria, you need to stay until, I think, like after 5th years, then they will give you a longer period. But still, it's really annoying. And also, there's something I really want to point it out is that, do you know if your spouse, it's a European, like French, German, anyway, who lives in Bulgaria, and you as a spouse, the second time when you renew your car, they will give you 5 years directly. However, if you marry to a Bulgarian, they will only give you 1 year. So you married to a French who stay in Bulgaria 5 years, but married to a Bulgarian 1 year. I was like, this doesn't make sense, right? I know the reason behind this is because they apply for 2 different laws. So the European law, so Bulgaria's Bulgarian law. I know the reason behind this, but for me, it's totally unfair and it's unacceptable. Yeah, so that's something I really want to point out. Okay, so let's go to the third part. The third part is more like a Taiwanese specific. So if you're Taiwanese and your spouse is Bulgarian, I want to say that you can definitely have your resident card without the help of lawyer or the private immigration agency. You can definitely do it by yourself. I know preparing document can be really tricky. Yeah, for this part, I have written like 2 articles before, so just take a look. I think it will be very helpful for you. Okay, so let's go back to the advice for Taiwanese who want to apply for a resident card here. So my advice will be, do not hire a lawyer. I will tell you why. Because it's not that easy to really hire a lawyer who knows the difference between Taiwan and China, which means they might give you some misleading information. They might ask you to go to Chinese embassy here in Sofia, which is definitely not right. And in the end, you'll find yourself in a very awkward situation, very difficult situation. And in order to get rid of that situation, you need to pay them more. So for me, just totally wasting time and money. So just don't do it. Unless you really have some specific requests, or just make sure the person you are hired, they really know like the correct process. Yeah, that's the things I want to mention. Okay, so yeah, the last part is like a bonus tip. Do you know there is a private immigration agency just next to the immigration office? So what do those agencies do? Do you know, like, whenever I need to renew my resident card, do you know whenever I need to renew my card, I always prepare all the document and I will bring all my document to that agency. So what do? Basically, they check all your document, and if something is missing, if something is not okay, they will tell you, and also they will tell you how to fix it. They are super professional. And also, I think you can buy the medical insurance directly from them. Like here in Bulgaria, if you want to renew the resident card, you need to buy the private medical insurance. And also, they can fill in the application form for you. Do you know here you need to fit in the application form in order to have your card? So those forms are all in Bulgarian. So for people who don't read and write Bulgarian, this really saved me a lot of time. So in the end, what will you get? You will have a document which already prepared by the professional, and you will have your application form which fill perfectly. So with all those documents prepared by them, and I never had the issue whenever I bring those documents to the immigration agency. So I never had an issue. Everything is all right. And all of this service only cost me like 10 leva, €5, which is really not expensive. It saved me really a lot of time. Yeah, so this is a small tip for people who want to save time. Yes, I think that's it for today. And yeah, I hope you like this video and follow me for more expat life in Bulgaria. Ciao!